Last time I was in that locker room at the end of the game, it was 52-49, and they had just beaten us. So nice to come down here and get a win. What a great football team they got. Wow. So.
And Coach, I guess the defense played so well today, held your opponent to 3 points, 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter, and a couple of key fourth down stops. And the defense's stop on the goal line in the second quarter. Tell us about the defense.
They just played their hearts out, played really hard. We gave up some plays, but gosh, that team is hard not to give up plays to. They are so athletic. Moore's kid is just a super player and knows the system so well. They're going really fast. I mean, at times it's like NASCAR pace, and you know they're really good at it. So the stop in the first half down there in the goal line was just huge, obviously, to keep them out of the end zone. And then the second half, you know, I've been saying it all year, bend don't break, and you know, we bent enough to allow them to get down in the red zone, and then Nate got those guys in position, and Platt made a great play, and then Weaver made a great play, and just so proud of those guys. They didn't flinch, just kept playing, and you know, can't say enough for Nate Woody. He just does an incredible job. Played a triple option team last week, completely different offense this week, and was able to hold them to 3 points.
Coach, in the first quarter, you get back the onside kick by Hamilton Baker, and then you go in for the touchdown, Bryson Daly. Was it part of the? Did you anticipate Bryson would carry the ball as much as he did today?
I guess probably. I mean, we're going to call plays that we think are our best plays. They lined up in a front that we weren't anticipating. You know, they played a different front against Navy a year ago, and really that's kind of their base defense. And didn't play that at all today. So give them credit. They played a defense they hadn't played all year and hadn't played against an option team, and they did a really good job of defending us. So there was some plays we really had to slug it out, and made some fourth downs, and we came out of that thing with some big plays on third down that throw over their sideline to convert the pitch, or I guess the reverse, to Noah Short.
Yeah.
Where he circled the defense and was able to get it just by the skin of our teeth. So you know, we had to fight for all those yards in there. There weren't any big plays, and so they did a great job against us. Fortunately, we made enough plays to gut it out.
Do you have a question? Go on, one more, Ken.
Yeah, just in the third quarter, Bryson has his first interception of the season, but your defense forced a punt. You get the ball back on the 6-yard line, and you go down the field. You have a 4th and 4 conversion on the run to the left by Noah Short, and then you know Bryson completes the drive. 21 plays and 13 minutes 54 seconds.
The interception was on a boot play. We've run that play before, and I heard Cody talking to him after the play. You know, just the down and distance, and he's trying to make a play, and probably could have pulled it down and run it there, and maybe not get a first down, but at least pushed us closer to giving us a chance on third down and fourth down to get it. But you know, he didn't flinch. He came back out and led us on a long drive, and we had to show some patience there. We overcame some penalties and some things that put us behind the sticks, and our guys just played determined and played really hard and tough. You know, the drive in the second half, after we had to punt it to them, and you know, they had a quick 3 and out. To put a drive together like that, I mean, that was, we hadn't done that the whole game. It was really difficult moving the ball against them. So to have a drive that's 21 plays in almost 14 minutes, you know, it said a lot for those guys and their determination, the offensive line and the backs, and Bryson carrying the ball. And so really, really gutty effort there.
Very good.
Joe Iacano?
Hey, Coach Monken, congratulations on the win. You know, you just mentioned it about, you know, North Texas's defense and how they came out in a different look than you guys had seen all year, and that, really it was pretty tough sledding in there most of the day for Army's running game. What do you think kind of made it so challenging for you guys? Usually, even if a team comes out in a different look, what we've seen all season is you guys are able to adjust after the first series and then kind of start churning. So, is there anything specific North Texans was doing, either from a scheme or just an athleticism standpoint, that was creating problems?
Well, we'd seen that defense before this year. It's not the first time we've seen that particular front. But you know, they were really good up front. They did a really good job against our offensive line. Their linebackers did a remarkably good job of keying, you know, just the plays that we were running, whether it was a guy pulling or a motion and not, you know, completely taking the bait. They were well coached today, and that's difficult to do. I say remarkably because when you play a different type of offense like ours, so unique, and then play a different defense than you typically play, that isn't easy to do. So you know, they were prepared and they did a nice job. They beat some blocks on the perimeter. We got the ball to perimeter some, and we didn't get anybody, you know, knocked out of the way and pushed out of the way to hit a big pitch play. And so when we got it out there, when we get 2, 3, 4 yards, and so just everything we were doing, just it was very methodical and you know, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
And final question, the fake field goal on the last play of the first half, just curious what the kind of thought process was there.
Well, there was a particular look that we wanted. We had practiced it all week. When we kicked the extra point, they were in that look. I fully assumed that they were going to be in that look. So I called it. Now, we have a mechanism to call it off. I had a timeout in my pocket, and I saw that it wasn't there, and I thought that our holder would call it off and we would just kick the ball. Unfortunately, he didn't see that. I should have just gone down there and called timeout and just said, hey, they're not in the look, and let's go kick the ball. But I stand by, if they were in that look, that we were going to walk. It was a good play. We had practiced it, and I felt good about it. And I wouldn't have called it if I didn't. And we had the ball. That was the third time, I think, in the half that we had the ball.
Yeah.
So the possessions were very limited.
Right.
Points were a premium. And I thought if we can go up 14-3 here and come back out in the second half and get the ball back and go down and get anything, that, you know, sandwiching the halftime with a score on each side would be huge. And unfortunately, we didn't make it. And you know, I certainly regret not walking down there and calling timeout, especially since I had one in my pocket. That's my job, not his fault. It's my job. I should have done that. Fortunately, we didn't have to pay the ultimate price for it. Our guys made enough plays to win the game.
Thanks, Coach. Great win.
Sal?
Hey, Coach. I know that Bryson Daly's availability was, you know, a big story this week, but what about Noah Short? I mean, it seemed like that from what they were saying on TV that he maybe might not play, and the effort he gave you to that.
Yeah, he got hurt in practice earlier this week, and when it happened, I mean, we just thought, the trainer said, I don't know if he's going to be able to go. It looks bad. And, you know, they got to it immediately. They were able to treat it immediately. And by the next day, he was walking pretty good. And by Friday, he practiced and looked good, and thought he looked good today. So that's a great job by Jackie McCann and Tim Kelly, our training staff. They did a great job of getting him prepared, as they did with Bryson. I mean, you know, to bring Bryson back, and you know, that's a credit to our medical staff and that team of doctors.